Hey guys, Charl here back again with another video. WorshipGuitarSkills.com is all about helping worship guitarists find their voice in the guitar, and we take the mystery out of playing modern worship with specific tutorials aimed at worship guitarists. And today's lesson is no different. I'm going to show you a concept that I borrowed from the songwriting world called Melodic Math. I'm going to show you how you can use that to play more melodically on the guitar through a specific combination of chord tones and non-chord tones. We've covered both of those elements on the channel before, but today I want to give you a couple of examples so that you can see this technique in action. Right guys, really hope you enjoy the lesson. If you do, leave a comment for us, share the video with someone else that also plays in a worship team, and let us know what you think of the lesson and what else we can help you guys with in the future. Alright, enjoy these examples. Alright, so let's break down this example. I left beats 1 and 2 open, so it only started on beats 3 and 4, where I just played D, E. So I'm going from the 2nd degree to the 3rd degree for C. And then when I go to G, I literally just played 2 stable tones, 2 chord tones, which is D, B, 1 and 2 and for the G. So that just shows you don't always have to use an active tone, you know, in order to get some cool sounding stuff. So that's literally just a descending D. And then over the A, I'm repeating the D and the E, only this time it becomes the 4th degree going to the 5th. Okay, again on beats 3 and 4. And then for the F, I did F, E, C. And then I let that C ring, because after F I'm back to C again. So you can see I can start connecting these lines together. Alright? Nothing to it, just, you know, you just make it up, right? See what you want to do, what stable tones you want to start on, or what active tones do you want to resolve to which stable tones, what rhythmic pattern do you want to use, and where can you use the same thing over different chords that will work, like D to E over C. Sounds like that, but over A it sounds like the same thing can work. Alright, that's another fun example. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so this one I'm taking the same idea, active tones and stable tones, but I'm using it in a more of a chordal approach. So for C, I played like a 6th interval here, but then I pull off from the stable tone to an active tone, and then I play the stable tone above, which is the 5 on the 3rd fret. 5th degree on a 1st fret, and then I go back to the D, but this time the chord has changed to a G, so now that becomes the 5th degree of the G chord. So for C, and again I'm leaving that space open in the beginning of the bar to let it kind of breathe a little bit. And all the examples so far, we went from active tone to stable tone, but now I went stable, active, and then I jumped up to another stable tone. The reason that D works so well is because I'm going to play it again over the G chord. So you can kind of sometimes, you don't always have to resolve a stable tone, an active tone. And then for A, I just played this A note here, and then I went from stable tone, which is the 5th, pull off to the 4th, back to the 5th. So you see you can also go stable, active, stable. And then I had this descending Again, using sixth intervals. Those are some of my favorites to use in worship. This is an F, which is A and F. And here's my stable tone, which is E, and another stable tone, sorry, my active tone, which is an E, and another active tone, which is a G, over the F. Sounds really interesting, right, from a tension point of view, and then I just resolve it to two stable tones, the F and the C. Alright, I really like that, and to be honest, I would not have thought of playing that. And I actually really like what I came up with there. It's a nice line, but I wouldn't have thought of it if I've just picked up my guitar. Basically, I just came up with that as we were recording, but using the melodic math approach between jumping from stable tones and active tones and doing all that kind of fun stuff. All right, hope you enjoy that one, and hopefully you can see how this is applicable even when you play rhythm guitar or adding some textures. It doesn't always have to be a full-blown lead line. What I want to also show you is how you can that one had a lot of space. Space is beautiful. As guitarists, we don't really get used to using a lot of space, and we can definitely learn to play with more restraint. But check, I can play that same example again, and then instead of resting on the G, I'll slide up to the higher G, and instead of resting on the F, I'll slide up to the higher F. Let's see what that sounds like. I'm going to hit up the track here. So all I did there was I played this G, and then I slide up to that G. That's just a different inversion, right? Instead of this F, go to that F, A minor, etc. So as you play an chord, you can actually slide up to what would be the higher inversion. I'm showing that to you because just to show you how once you get the idea of what you want to do, you can start by adding different stuff, especially if you know where to find the same chord, but just in a different inversion. So let's break this one down. I played E, which is the stable tone, going to A, which is active, resolving to the fifth degree, which is G. So I started a note and then I went higher. But for G, I started on the stable tone and then I went lower. And then I kept that same idea going, C, D, E for A. And then I did, let's see what I did there, D, E, F. And check what's happening here. It's like where that note ended, or my line ended, which was on the F here, over the F chord, I was just able to go right back to the E that I started on when I played that particular example. And also pay attention to the contrast when I started low and then went high, which I then went low. And then I kept ascending. Alright, so a couple of ideas that you can use to build melodic solos, fills, or just some textures, making use of stable tones and active tones. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you want to learn more about chord tones, check out our playlist. We've got way more videos on the channel here. And remember to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.